morning, Vietnam! Broadcasting live from Brighton. I'm your host, Matt Taylor. And just as we go live, loud noise starts outside. Typical. I can't even see what they're doing. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Matt Taylor. We've got shitloads of noise outside. Just started as I went live. Fucking typical. Typical, I say. Typical. Anyway, I'm only going live because Lenny said so. He goes, Lenny, son. He calls me son. He goes, go live. I said, I may well do so. So here I am. Thank you, everyone. Jump on board. Don't be shy. Come on in and say hi. It's just a friendly chat with me, your host, Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. A bee right on in Brighton. It's a lovely day outside. Something is happening outside my window, but it's just making a lot of racket, quite frankly. I'll do a bit of investigation later, but until that time, I just want to say, have a good day, everyone. I know most of the schools in the Sussex area, well, my son's school is on strike today. So the teachers are on strike. Oh, I do enjoy this. This is kind of as if I'm a radio presenter, doesn't it? And I remember I used to listen to radio presenters growing up thinking, one day I'd like to do that job. Just sit behind somewhere and rattle on, even tapple on, even just ramble. Well, that's more of a walk, isn't it? Rattle. One or the other. I do like just rambling on. Ramblings of a madman. Ramblings of a madman. That's what you're listening to, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you listen to it. Because you know, as much as anyone else, that anything can happen on the Matt Taylor Show. Anything and everything happens. And why everything and anything happens is because of you. Because of your engagement with me. You sway what I say. Then, of course, that opens the floodgates to all those weirdo nutters who come on and just get you to say something and then go, oh, that's so offensive. That's so offensive. I've got to call Sussex Police. Sussex Police. I'd like to report an offence, please. Matt Taylor cracked a bad joke on his show last night, and it was disgusting. Remember, everyone, if you can't beat me, call Sussex Police to go and do it for you. They're more than happy to oblige. Right, you sneaky little shits. For all of you watching, none of you come on to say hi. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it. Sad news in from yesterday that the missing Brighton baby has been found dead. So that's very sad news, and continues the dark history of Molescoon, Brighton. Very dark, very sinister, very evil. Just so happens to be my neighbourhood. Yeah, the sad news broke last night that the missing baby from Brighton has been found dead. Post-mortem today, more answers tomorrow. So condolences to a lost soul. Condolences to a lost soul. If you do any information, please contact Sussex Police as a matter of an urgency. We can confirm that there is zero connection, his own words, zero connection between Brighton-based Satanist and historian James Hind. You know how the Satanists, they love dead baby. I know it's getting a bit dark, so let's just have 29 seconds to reappraise what's happening and come back in a new mindset. Yes, we do like to keep things light and hairy on the Matt Taylor TV show. We all love a hairy muff. I don't know about you, but I prefer it frozen, if you know what I mean. No, I'm talking gibberish. Don't pay any attention. Don't pay any attention to me. I don't even know why you're watching, but thank you for doing so. I'm Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. Be right on in Brighton. Hope everyone is feeling Dan and dippy today, because it's always good to feel Dan and dippy on a nice sunny day in Brighton. I do enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to a lovely weekend away with my magical imaginary girlfriend. So looking forward to that. I hope everyone has a nice weekend coming up. I know I certainly will. So listen, not many people are talking, and this is all about talking with me, your host, Matt Taylor. So what I'll do, it's all right, because I've always got promotional videos, okay? It's fine. I've always got a promotional video to keep you entertained. So without any further ado, welcome to the Black Hand Gang. Where are you? I'm thinking of going Filmula Premiere. Hello dear world, my name is Matt Taylor and I am 8 years old, and when I grow up I want to be a YouTuber. Keep up, Lenny. Keep up, for goodness sake, Lenny. The only reason I'm live is because you requested it, son. Okay? I was going to play the repeat from last night. I was going to play the 3-hour repeat from last night. But I knew Lenny wouldn't tolerate that. I knew Lenny wouldn't tolerate that. So that's why I went live. And he's still giving me grief. I'm here, Lenny. I'm live, son. I'm here, I tell you. I'm going to play you another promotional video because I know how much you love me promotional videos. So next up, oh yes, ooh, this is what am I doing? Hope everyone's well, by the way. Uploading more propaganda for your entertainment. It's funny. It's all meant to be a joke, by the way. So big shout out to Lenny in the chat. Lenny's a local. All right, here we go. That's a proper mugging. 2-week-old sandwich in the fridge. How did you know that? I love a 2-week-old sandwich in the fridge. Let's have a promotional video dedicated to Lenny. Darth Maud is probably your best avatar after the rat. Oh, thank you for the compliment.
Check it out.
I'm slacking. What are you on about? I'm on the top of my game. Always have been on top of my game. Even after you lot sabotaged me, I still come back time and time again.
Hello dear world. My name is MattTaylor and I am 8 years old and...
Make as much as you can afford to lose. Hey, listen up. If that toe rag of an excuse for a man, Tony Harris, can publicly boast of churning out exciting original content, I can, like, say, Salamina Pilchard, you're talking rubbish. I am on top of my game, as I always have been on top of my game. So any of this, you're slacking, Matt. You're slacking yourselves. And that's not a kind of like a challenge, because I know each and every single one of you have tried your best to get the better of me. By foul means, by the way. By foul means. I'd say take $5,000 if you're going to take as much as you can afford to lose when you're going to Las Vegas. Matt, that's weird synth giving me an arse of a hangover. Oh, is it? What, my future music? You can't keep anyone happy, can you, eh? So you say my background music is giving you a Tony the Surgeon. What a horrible little git he is. Do not like that person at all. Matt, are you the biggest cause celebrity in Brighton? I am massive. I'm as big as my dick, quite frankly. So everyone, I'm a bit kind of put off by the noise outside. Can you hear it? I want to play more poker, Lenny. I want to play more poker and check out my poker face. I want to check it out. Don't be shy. Come on in and say hi. This is a chat show, by the way. Or are you too scared? You too scared to come in and speak to me? Because he may end up crying. No, that's no dig at anyone. There was no dig at anyone. My only criticisms of Angela Power Disney's thing at 6 o'clock last night was that it ended. No criticism about anything from Angela is that it ends. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I'm not like the other people out there, am I? Like the other Parises who just kind of like lay into people and kind of like rob knobs. I'm not like them, am I? I'm not. I like to think I'm a bit of a cut above. I don't attack people just for the sake of it, you know. I like to think I'm not a Tony the Surgeon Harris type of figure. Ugh. I'm not so much proud, but I'm very kind of at ease with myself, presenting the way I am. You know, like saying, "Hi, my name's Matt. I live in Brighton. I'm fat, I'm middle-aged, but I'm having a great life. You know, yippee! Nina, you said something horrible to someone on the internet, and that other someone is really scared of you now. You horrible little cunt on the floor." Face down! Don't fucking speak to us until you're fucking spoken to. Now where's your fucking gear? What's your passwords? Fuck off! In the back of the van, you cunt! Thrown in a fucking cell. I will tell you when you leave. And if you fucking dare ask what's going on, we will come in and we will piss on you. You mean nothing! Because you upset someone on the internet. You foul piece of scum. You criminal fucking predator. How dare you upset someone on the internet? Do you know how upset that person is? They're fucking really upset. They had to go to hospital. Because they're so fucking upset. Because what you do on the internet. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Big shout out to Lenny. It's always nice for Lenny to leave a message like, "Go live, Matt, go live." Because I know that with every live, it's another opportunity for you to strike me and report me to the police. So, love it, Lenny. Love it. You are the best. Angela Power Disney said something totally dumb to me about Savile. That me saying outing him in death was pointless. Implied it was okay with wrong-uns getting away with nonsense. Deliberately misinterpreted my point. Oh, okay. So what, are you making a point that no matter how long you've been dead, your crime should always be revealed? Sound is off again. I agree as well, It'd be great to have Angie back on. Striking you about what? I've never striked anyone ever. It's not about you, Lenny. Don't make it about yourself, mate. The most recent people to strike me has been Tony the Surgeon Harris. Jamie Lofthouse also made a serious allegation against me against the police. Resulted in the 18th of November arrest against me, 2022, in which all my livelihood was stolen. And I was pushed to the edge of the spectrum and over, and I've got that on writing. So I've gone through a very traumatic experience about going live on YouTube, Lenny. And it's all very well you coming on saying, go live, son. I know you do it in jest, but it is quite triggering for me. Like I said, I was going to put up a repeat from yesterday. I thought that would have been adequate. I thought that would have been very good. It would have given us all 3 hours of kind of like chat room time. But no, you wanted me to go live, Lenny, and it's cool because I'm not blaming you. I'm responsible for my own actions, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you're there, Lenny, and that you enjoy what I do, because ultimately I do it for my own mental health as well, and I do it because I can, quite frankly. And of course that's been one of the titles of Paris's recent YouTube, because I can call Matt Taylor a paedophile because I can. Now let's just tick the boxes, shall we? A single man, Paris, going through a transition, or myself. I've been in a relationship with a woman 1 year older than me for the last 8 years. Bing bang. Paris lives in a boat, able to cross county lines. The police know where I live. Bish bash bosh, I can go on. The point I want to make is following on the point of what Katie made. If anyone between me and Paris Barrington was a paedophile, I like to think anyone who looks at the facts and the comparison would say, well, obviously Paris would be the paedophile between me and Paris. And the same applies for AJ as well. He's another one. Staunch, I am a paedophile. He came on a few nights ago, and if I had let him on, he would want to have convinced me that I am a paedophile. Now, I had a friend contact me and asked me, what was that one specific detail that made you think Paris was a pedo? And you may have thought, well, because he lives on a barge, maybe, his reaction to Brian Hurl when he got accused of being one. But no, I said the time I suspected him of being one was when he continued to call me one. And that's the very same reason I suspect AJ is one as well. And other people I can easily name. And we all know all their names on the tip of our tongues, if you know what I mean. But yeah, all those people who so vehemently believe that I'm a paedophile, no, you are. For the very fact that you were calling me one. And if you were going to look at me and the lifestyles between me and Paris Barrington, I think it'd be pretty obvious who you would guess to be as the paedophile. I mean, I'm just sick to death of it. I'm just sick of death to taking off your abuse, quite frankly, because I don't deserve it. And I am big enough and strong enough to get my dick out and whack it across your face and say, oi, you silly fucking numbsuckers, shut it. We are all adults here, and I've made no fucking secret. This is an adult show, Oh, it reminded me of one nameless fucking dickhead like you, not you, Lenny, coming on and saying, this is disgusting, I'm going to report it, children may be watching. No, but you lot, you lot, and you know I'm talking to, you've fucking thrown everything at me, haven't you? And most importantly, and for the wider audience, you had to lie and cheat to get the better of me. You had to lie and cheat to get the better of me. Even if it was by porn bombing, which was just distributing porn on YouTube, that's what it is, essentially, to impersonating me, which is a criminal offence. You lot had to lie, cheat, steal, and commit crime to get the better of me. You had to commit perjury in a court of law to get one over on me. I can sleep with it. I can sleep at night soundly, knowing that the criminal record on my back is because of your lies, deceits, and cheats. Yes, I don't want you getting annoyed. I only want company. Yeah, that's why, Lenny, and that's why, you know, I hold no grudges against you at all, Lenny. You are one of my #1 subscribers. You know how much I like to take care of my #1 subscribers. Quite frankly, without getting emotional, I love you with all my heart and soul, Lenny. And, of course, whenever you say, go live, son, I don't take that maliciously in any way. Like you know, we like a good time. And the great thing about Matt Taylor TV and me as your host is that we do create events, especially when we hit the double figures, you know what I mean? And now, if people remember me way from back the old days, mate, like years ago on Facebook, we used to have hundreds, if not billions of bacteria watching our shows. It's amazing how sentient bacteria is, you know. You may think we're alone, but no. There's sentient, you know what I'm trying to say? Sentient life everywhere. Watching, listening, paying attention. So that's why it's very important to be aware of what you say in the public domain. Big shout out to Marie. Marie is in the house. Before I say, put up Marie's message. Calling anyone a pedo just for nastiness is sicko behaviour. Thank you, Leno. Lenny, sorry, not Leno. And that's exactly what Paris does. That is exactly what Paris does. Paris calls me a pedo because he knows very well that I am not a paedophile, and then he expects me to respect the gender label. Don't think so, son. I don't think so, son. And then AJ, again, calling me a pedo. He's the one who's had to leave his neighbourhood. He's the one who sexualised the rear end of his dog by calling it her ass. Yeah, I slapped my ass. I slapped her ass. You don't sexualise the rear end of your animal. Or is it just me? Maybe I'm just normal. Fucking hell. Can you imagine that? Maybe I'm just normal. Matt, you have 10 figures, not talking again. MI5 again. Matt, you have 10 viewers, not talking. Yeah. I doubt if MI5 I'm fucking watching. You know very well who the 10 watchers are. They're the people who hate me the most and who wouldn't dare reveal themselves. But I don't mind. I can't get in a word edgeways, Salamina. I do love a bit of Salamina. Brighton MI5 on the case. Do you reckon they've got a Brighton? Do you reckon MI5 have got a branch in Brighton? Surely they must do. Must do. Brighton leak busters and plumbers. Oh yeah, nice. Good one, like it. Now, have you ever listened to Charlie Chittenden Ghost Box channel? He talks to dead celebs. No, I haven't. And thanks ever so much for that suggestion. Because what we'll do is we'll dig that out, Len. Oh, Satchel. We'll dig that out, Lenny. So we're going to do a Charlie Chittenden. Charlie Chittenden Ghost Box channel. Right, let's look that up. And if anyone has good suggestions for really interesting YouTube channels, please share them with us. Don't be shy. Jump on in and say hi. Share your favorite YouTube channel, because what I'll do, I'll get it up and we'll share it in the chat room. Quite frankly, that's a good way to come across new, exciting channels. Here we have Charlie Chittenden Paranormal. So I'll share the screen for everyone so you can see what I see. Hello, Marie. Big shout out to Marie. Oh, Mandy. Oh, what? Is it Bruce? No one knows. So this is the guy, Charlie Chittenden Paranormal. And subscribed. Lovely. Lovely videos. So apparently, according to Lenny, he speaks to dead celebrities. Look, over 12 million views. So that's fantastic. Let's look at the community. Hasn't posted any community. No other channels. He's got approaching 100,000 subscribers. Started in 2016, June 2016, for nearly 12.5 million views. So that was a great recommendation from Lenny. Thanks, Lenny. Put that in the chat, yeah. Thanks everyone for joining me. Big shout out to Lenny and Mandy. Lenny and Mandy in the house. We do love a bit of Lenny and Mandy. Lenny says, Convid is occasionally using sick accounts pretending to be you and Matt. Is he? Oh, fuck. Well, we have to send the evidence for that, Lenny. Because remember, another one of my #1 researchers has also been saying that he was behind the teenagers in the woods allegation. So I'm open to any suggestions. If you've got evidence of that Convid is occasionally using sick accounts pretending to be me, I need that sent through because that's serious. Because like I said, my #1 subscriber has also accused Convid of being behind the Boys in the Wood allegations. Okay? So let's just bear that in mind. Leno, yes, it's a German name. Right. MI5 and a black pizza fan wearing checkboard outfits. Yeah. So you're getting me a bit paranoid. Check out Charlie Chittenden. He once tried to contact Charles Hawtrey from Carry On. Oh, how good. Hawtrey. It is interesting, isn't it, Marie? Isn't it? Have you got... Anyway, got lots of things to do, but I'm not going to do them today. I am doing my washing. I think Charlie is an Aussie living in the UK. Interesting. I'm just doing my washing, getting all my clothes nice and clean for the weekend away with my magical... I can't even say it. My magical imaginary girlfriend. That's the one. I was getting ridiculed about it, but I find it sort of interesting, Marie. Do people think we just disappear into nothing when we all die? Yeah. Matt's Fondler, more like. That's Fondler. Hi, TA. It's TA in the house. Sock accounts. But yeah, so are you pretty much accusing Convid of going around pretending to be me in sock accounts? Because that's out of order. Like I said, that follows on from my #1 subscriber, not subscriber, my #1 researcher, doesn't like the name mentioned. It follows on from my #1 researcher's allegation that he is behind the Boys in the Wood allegation. But of course, at the moment, it's all allegations, so I do need evidence. He's definitely trying to shithouse me. Oh yeah, he may be trying to shithouse you, Lenny. And he may well have been trying to shithouse me. Trust no one, everyone lies. And you know all about my lies. No one knows what happened. Oh, well, people do say they do know, Marie. So it's all very well you coming in saying no one knows what happens. Well, that's not necessarily true, is it? Not necessarily factual, because loads of people recount after-death experiences. Quite, frankly. Sorry for putting a bit of a silly voice on, because I know I'm touching a bit of a sensitive subject, really. A bit of a taboo subject, really, in today's society, isn't it? Talking about what happens afterwards. Because that's one thing no one is allowed to take away from anyone else. It's like, my belief. That's my belief of what happens after. You know, respect that boundary, man. How dare you question my belief of the afterlife? That's solemn. That's only I decide what I believe in my final moments before meeting the maker, whether he's he or she or no one. Oh, I don't know what you're on about. Salamina Pilchard. Who is Salamina Pilchard? Lenny says, exactly. It is strange for spouses to keep the ashes of their dead loved ones and have them on a mantelpiece in an urn. Is that a bit weird? Asks Lenny. I am totally with Lenny on that. I think it's totally weirdo. Totally weird. You know, what best to do with your loved ones? You know, I'm not going to say the obvious, because cannibalism, you know, can cause diseases. And of course, that isn't the only reason we shouldn't consider cannibalism as a like reasonable and civilized way to deal with the dead. I'm joking. It's adult humor. Fucking get over it, okay? No, but I'm all for kind of like compressing the ashes to a diamond. Do you know like Superman did when he squeezed that coal? Squeezed it really supersonic tight. And he let go and there was a diamond there. They pretty much do a quite similar procedure with ashes, apparently. Squeeze it so tight it forms a crystal. Wouldn't mind that. I personally, you know, wouldn't mind my own kind of like in the ground, my own room with all my stuff, like all my books, diaries, also all my life, all that I've physically kind of like made, all that in a room, and then adjoining the room is me, my dead body, maybe kind of like in a coffin, but then filled up with Epsi pox. You know what I mean? Epsi pox, that liquid stuff that solidifies. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'd be like a straw, you know, like a you know what I mean? I don't even know what it will be like. An Egyptian mausoleum. So you can come down into the room, you know, look at all the books, read all my stuff, nose through my life, and maybe, you know, in the adjoining room, you can like, I don't know whether it'll be open to the public. I don't know. You know, that's what I'd love to do. But I'm a bit of a dreamer. I am a dreamer. I dream great dreams, and while I'm still alive, fuck it, I'm going to keep dreaming them. You know what I mean? There's no fucking rule book. There's no one saying what I must and must not do in my life. I mean, I'm just grateful I'm fucking alive, quite frankly. I'm grateful I've got 2 great kids. I'm grateful that I've got great women in my life. And I'm grateful that, you know, I've got you lot in my life, quite frankly. Because I love the company, and just like Lenny asks me to go live, old son, you know, I like the company too. I've got an old dog, Clover, ashes on display. Was a photo of her next to them, so I must be weird, Lenny. Oh, no, that's right. So I've got an old dog, Clover's ashes on display. Oh, there you go. Isn't that interesting, Lenny? Lenny's just talking about, isn't it weird that people keep ashes of their loved one? And Mandy, or Marie, whoever was you like to identify as, pipes up and says, oh, I've got my dog's ashes on the mantelpiece, funny enough. Lenny says, I get people are in mourning, and I've seen people claim their lived ones have visited them afterwards, right? How common is this? I think it's very common. Is it a person in deep mourning suffering delusions? No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is delusions in any way, shape or form. I mean, I had a very peculiar spiritual experience when I was walking along with Alec, my friend, and we had a very good connection with Robert Pimento. He came up. Oh, remember I told you I saw a mate at the football? We remembered Rob together. Rob Pimento, he came traveling in Asia, in Hong Kong, with me and Alec. So me, Alec, and Rob had a very strong connection. Sadly, Rob Pimenta never made it. He died of pneumonia, living on the streets in London, addicted to drugs. So he never made it past his late 20s, which was, really upsetting for all of us. But the point I wanted to make was, one day I was walking along the road with me and my mate Alec, and we started talking about Rob. And just hang on a sec, and I'll let you on. Convids here, everyone. Convids here. Convids here. But let me just finish my story, Convid. And so, my theory is that if you think about someone, it's because they're there. The ghost of them is there. That's why you think about them. Okay? So, as soon as we were walking along, and then we started talking about Rob Pimenta, and I said, Alec, that you remember my theory about if you think about someone, it means their ghost must be here. And just as I said it, I looked behind me, and there was a guy walking behind us, and guess what? It was a spitting image of Rob Pimenta. It was a spitting bloody image of Rob Pimenta, and I was a bit taken back, and so was Alec, because Alec knows that we've done magic together, me and Alec, right? Genuine magic. So he knows what I'm capable of. And so this guy walked up. I said, Rob, is that you? And this guy went, what are you on about, mate? And just carried on walking. But I think so there is something spiritual in which ghosts can inhabit people for moments. Possession. So anyway, that was my little story about Rob Pimenta. Hello, Convid. Are you there?
So this is your handler speaking.
So yeah, so there's an allegation being made by Lenny that you are pretending to be me in sock puppet accounts.
It's got to be true.
Lenny, it's got to be true because you said it. And also, this follows on from the allegations made by my number one researcher that you're behind the Boys in the Woods allegation.
Is it Rogers?
Names cannot be mentioned.
I must admit, she looked great on that video. It's a lovely fake photo. She had a bit of makeup on.
Let's not discuss about anything else other than ourselves. How are you?
You just mentioned her.
It doesn't matter what I do. I'm pushed to the spectrum. I've been pushed to the spectrum.
Must admit it.
What I say.
She does make love sandwiches.
Was going to say, so where are we at the moment? Hello, Justin. Welcome. You're joining us live at Brighton. Are you been here?
Yeah, I'm just.
Is that right? Is that? Can you confirm that you've
been
here?
On you. As your handler, I need to make sure you're okay.
Just for everyone's benefit, it is 10:11 on the 2nd of March, 2023. It's a Thursday, in case anyone had forgotten. So, are you and Lenny at loggerheads? Because Lenny is so Lenny, what's all this about? You're spreading some bullshit about Convid.
Looking forward to evidence.
But I mean, I agree. So no, basically, Lenny, what you're saying is you have seen someone pretending to be me recently, and so that's why it's more interesting. So yeah, if you could possibly point me into that direction where you've seen it, because I don't feel as if it's Convid who would be pretending to be me, and I don't think it's Convid behind the Boys in the Wood allegation. Well, it's an ongoing thing on the YouTube. Everyone is thrown around rumours, allegations. And what it does, essentially, it muddies the water. I mean, we can all see that, can't we? You're just splashing the firmament around. And because of that, we cannot see clearly. Now, I'm not making any aspersions on Lenny, but we should all keep a clear head and stick to the facts.
That's what YouTube's about. We don't want it straightforward. We don't want common sense in YouTube, do we?
Well,
What
we
you
need to
doing?
make it. I know you're only jesting, but we do need to make it a safer place for all of us. And the fact that we got these doppelgangers, and it's criminal intent, Lenny. These people are intending ill harm on me and everyone else. They doppelgang, because it's not just me. They doppelgang. They doppelgang all kinds of people. So, Murdoch, I don't make shit up. Well, but you have just made shit up that Convid is pretending to be me and sock puppet accounts. I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, because I mean, he's already a snitch, Lenny, but or whistleblower, one or the other, however you take him.
Is it possible, Matt, that Lenny thinks that it is my full man?
No, again, I think you're just making shit up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Lenny is a man. Again, it's just more rumours being banded about. We've got to stick to the facts.
That's what bad Collier does. Your number one researcher.
Let's not mention any names here, of course. You're not Kilroy Silk, Matt, but I could have been Lenny. That's my point, mate. That's my point. I could have had my own TV show if it wasn't for those horrible, jealous bastards striking me, sabotaging me. Because what's the one way you beat me? The only way you can beat me is by sabotaging me, is by cheating, is by lying. And, that's not playing fair, is it? Because when it is played fair on a level playing field, I thrash all of you. Like women. Like Lewis women, exactly. They lost last night to Bristol, but that's all right.
I'll just check things okay. I'll report back my authorities. I'll leave you alone now. As you hand down.
Well, there you go. Convid is leaving. Convid is leaving the house. Thanks for jumping on, Convid. It was very nice of you.
Looking forward to next video. Maybe more damage next time.
Yes, we're looking forward to next video from T.A. Right.
And the make done.
Thanks for your kind there. Matt's a star. I think I'll pin that. And you're a star as well, Convid. Convid, if I ever find out you've been pretending to be me and that you're behind those Boys in the Woods allegation, I will cut your balls off. Well, I think Convid understood that. Of course, for the purposes of Sussex Police, when I threaten to cut someone's balls off, I'm obviously referring to getting some cream eggs and just eating them, of course. Cream eggs, cutting balls off, they go together like peas and butter. Don't you agree? Anyway, I'm rambling a bit. Tell Convid to fix his bloody microphone. Is he taking the piss? Yes, I do think he's taking the piss. Got a laugh from Andy. Yes, it's only meant to make you laugh, everyone. Don't take anything too fucking seriously. That microphone from Poundland, says Lenny. Look, I'm very lucky. Everyone knows how lucky I am in life, okay? The thing is, other people aren't as lucky as I am. I get top of the range computer equipment sent to me as a gift, appreciation from you, the audience, and that's why I love and I'll continue to do what I do, because I know you lot appreciate it as much as I appreciate your company. People like Convid, they're not as lucky as I am, and other people aren't as lucky as I am. And so, not everyone gets sent top of the notch computer equipment as a gift, and I'm very lucky to have done so. Thank you ever so much, Brian. It's wonderful. Brian helps out hundreds of people in my position. He's a lifesaver, really, because I am a victim of crime, and I don't want to talk about it too much because it does trigger a post-traumatic stress disorder, like hormones in my body and my brain just lights up, quite frankly. And when I recount the memories of that evening, 18th of November 2022, indelibly linked, stamped on my psyche at the moment, it is quite a distressing thing to go through. I'm just feeling myself building up now, but I'll try and endeavour. Take a deep breath. Just popping in and say hi. Can't stay long, so I'll say bye. Love it, love it. Thanks ever so much to Cat's Whiskers. Let's say it again for good effect. I love that saying. Just popping in to say hi. I can't stay long, so I'll say bye. Love it. So Paris accused me of kind of like reading things wrong, didn't he? Whatever. Why should I respect someone who calls me a paedophile? Quite frankly, you know what I mean? Why the fuck am I worrying about what fucking Paris is worries about when that horrible little fucking toe rag publicly goes on in a public platform and calls me a paedophile? Fuck you. I've had enough of you. I've had enough of you. Yeah, good old Brian. Good old Brian. I've had enough of everyone, you know. I've had not you, not Brian, you know. But you know who I mean. I'm sticking up for myself a lot more now because it's just not nice, mate. It's not nice. Hey, look, Lenny. The thing is, Lenny, it's coming up to an hour. What do you want to do? What do you want to do when they come for you? I'm ready to wrap it up for an hour, but, you know, we are... What the point I want to get across to everyone is we have the potential to make an event. We have the potential to make an event. That's all I'm saying. We can round it off for an hour. That's cool. I'm happy. I'm happy with life. Because life loves me. And I love life. So I love you lot. Matt, what are you doing for the coronation, May the 6th? Any thoughts on how it will play out? Will the media launch a strange psyop? Wow. I don't know, actually. I mean, listen, if I'm not up at my magical imaginary girlfriends, I'll definitely be kind of like covering it as a YouTube event. Defo. We'll definitely be covering it as a YouTube event. I don't think anything will go down, no. I don't think anything spectacular will go down, no. Because there's a concept that the British Army live by, and it's inside the pore of every rule member. And this concept is rehearsal. I cannot stress enough to you how much rehearsal means to the elite, to the military, to the royal families. Rehearsal is everything. So they would have rehearsed that coronation down to the finest detail. The second, they know exactly what will be going down, and a lot of money will be spent to ensure that everything that they rehearse goes down on the day. It will have to be a mighty God event, God-sponsored event to interrupt the planning of the coronation. So I don't think that any psyop will go down. Fake accounts are a thing, Matt. Oh yeah. Hey, Lenny, I'm a victim of it. Remember that person who wound up Benny and Kelly? That was someone pretending to be me, Lenny. I know all about it. Cat Whisker says, good morning, Marie. Sitting here with hair dye on. So just listen and have a lovely day, says Whiskers. Did you know Jon Snow was offered a job in MI5? Isn't a lot of the media intelligence spooks? It's all incestuous, yes. I've heard that too. Lenny, yes. And of course, I'm middle-aged now, so I've got half a century's worth of experience. And one thing I've learned about life for myself to say it's true is that life is a lot more strange than fiction. Fiction doesn't come anywhere near the truth. The truth is far stranger, far more amazing than you could ever imagine, than you could ever stretch out and touch. So that's why I believe anything is possible, and I think everything is true. Everything is now. In a multiverse of universes, layers upon layers of multi-dimensions, everything, all is at the same time. And we are integral players in the song of life. And you and I are adding to that song of life by doing what we're doing here. So we need to make a decision within the next 3 minutes. Do we carry on or do we wrap it up at an hour? You know how I feel about it. I say let's carry on. Let's smash through. But that's only up to you, the audience, because you sway what I say. Don't be shy. Jump on in and say hi. It's an interaction between you and me. And let's exchange bodily. Let's just let that lie. Thanks, Bex, you two, just putting my makeup on and listening to my favourite YouTube show. Wonderful. Thanks ever so much, Mandy, for those lovely words of kindness and encouragement. And of course, that's why I do it. And I recommend everyone does this because it's pretty easy. We've got all the opportunities at our fingertips. Restream, make it so easy for you, as does YouTube. YouTube have got some pretty rigid rules, you know, and you do get a lot of slack. I mean, it's toxicity central, you know, but we all know about that. But listen, if you feel as if you'll enjoy doing something like this, my advice to you is jump in with both feet. You'll love it. Don't mind making a fool of yourself, okay? We all understand. Once you make those initial mistakes live, you'll never make them again, okay? So it's something I recommend you all do. So over to the chat. Lenny. Richard Whiteley from Countdown was a major player in intelligence service. Yeah, I heard that too as well. And more, says Mandy. Good. Okay, I think we'll smash it for the second hour. But I do need to have a little rest, everyone. I do need have a little rest. So I will be playing like maybe a 10-minute interlude, if that's okay. Have a little rest, and we'll come back and we'll we'll enjoy the time together while we have this time together. Because as we all know, being sons, being daughters, people pass on to the other side. And like we've already mentioned in the chat room already, that's a taboo subject. But we like to touch and push and cross into those boundaries here on Matt Taylor TV. In discussion with me, your host, Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. Of course, this is an adult show and we discuss taboo subjects. That's the nature of the audience, because you sway what I say. We're coming up to an hour. Isn't it exciting, everyone? We're going to go into the next hour. And an event is being made. Every single one of you watching at this moment, every single one of you brave enough to jump in and say hi, be it Mandy, be it Lenny, be it Bex, we are making an event together. Our energies are coming together as one. And with King Arthur behind us and John Winoa leading, we can make a great future together. Jump on in. Don't be shy. Be brave. Say hi. So over to Lenny. Lenny says, Matt, who in your opinion is the biggest loss to music in the last 20 years? George Michael, Michael Jackson, Amy Winehouse? Who do you think? Great question, Lenny. The one I think you haven't mentioned is Freddie Mercury. I do think Freddie Mercury is the greatest loss to music in the last 20 years, closely followed by Prince and then George Michael. Yeah, so for me. Oh, and do you know, there is a number one. Lennon. Lennon has got to be the biggest loss, followed by Freddie Mercury. I'm a bit distracted because we've got Andrew Goyne in the chat. Isn't that lovely? And then I go with George Michael. Big shout out to Andrew Goyne. It's nice to have you in here. Andrew Goyne, if no one is aware, is a big name in YouTube. A YouTuber. She's a genuine YouTuber. Matt, could I contact the dead on a Poundland Ouija board, or I only get Z-grade celebrities like David Zest and Jade Goody? It doesn't matter, Lenny, what hardware you use. You need to have the knowledge. Okay, so yeah, you could have the best Ouija board in the world. You could have the knockoff one, plastic. It won't work. You need to have the knowledge, and because you are meddling with the occult, and you will be allowing entities from the other side to interact with your reality. So over to Andrew Goyne. Matt, what is the software you use to get all the jazzy effects in your lives? At the moment, this is all done on Restream. It's all done on Restream. And isn't it fantastic? I do love. And look at. In the chat. Isn't this lovely? Oh, no, that's another channel. Let's get the invitation in. So we are into the next hour, everyone. Hello, and we've got Andrew Goyne in the chat room. Andrew Goyne, if no one knows, is a big, well, I may say the word, a huge YouTuber. So I'm sure a lot of us are subscribed to Anne, and it's yeah, it's very nice to have you in, and thanks for being brave enough to jump on in and say hi. So listen, what we're going to do now, we're into the second hour. We're going to play a promotional video, and I'm going to have a little 5-minute break. I'll have a 5-minute break. Matt Taylor TV, everyone's guilty. I love it. Everyone's guilty pleasure. That's going to be starred up there. I like that. Thank you ever so much. Matt, if you book them, they will come. Love it. That's nice. Thank you ever so much, Lenny. And thanks ever so much for your kind words of encouragement. They're generally touching, and I'll consider you a friend. And thanks, Matt. I'll give you a shout up when I do my first Jazzy Live with Restream. Oh, wonderful. That's nice. Loving it. So listen, we're going to have a little break. Thanks ever so much, everyone. Let's see what. And so also I use Clipchamp to do all my my videos. I do Clipchamp, and I've gone Premiere on the Clipchamp. It's an investment in myself, quite frankly. That's how I see it. I see it as an investment in myself. So I've done Premiere with Clipchamp because I'm serious about bringing you cutting edge entertainment, and you can only do that by keeping up with the with the latest stuff. And also, I'm thinking now of also going Premiere with Filmola. But let's see. You know, not a millionaire yet. I can't be splashing around money. You've got to be sensible. So we're going to play a promotional video, and I'll be back soon. Oh, you can't even hear a thing, can you? Silly me. No sound. Sorry, it's it was okay because I just rang up my niece. My niece just said, text me, ask me what I'm doing. Silly mate, isn't it embarrassing when you don't put the microphone on? So embarrassing, so unprofessional. And that's what I mean by when you lot go live as well. You got to be open to the fact that you're gonna make silly mistakes, like not put your mic on. I mean, it happened to Paris, didn't it? For 16 minutes. Yeah, I counted. So where are we in the chat? It's great to have so many people in. Hopefully Abby will call back when she's ready. We'll have a little chat with Abby when she's back. But listen, I hope you don't mind. I'm just in the middle of. I just want to finish off getting my coffee. Oh, who's that? We've got Convid's back. Convid is back.
Thought I'd come out of my cave.
Hello.
My cave now, Lenny.
Like I said, Abby may be calling in at any moment. That'd be nice to listen to hear her.
You've got the echo on that.
Oh, have I?
Anyone complaining about it?
Yeah, I think I know what the echo is. It's the share screen. And Lenny is right to point out the echo. And thanks ever so much, everyone who, let me know there's no sound and that there's an echo. So much to think about when you're a YouTuber. Of course, it's great to have Andrew Goyne in. Andrew Goyne is a genuine YouTuber. She's like up there. I'm certainly not in her league, so I'm really kind of quite a bit dizzy with excitement.
I just wanted to ask you a question, Matt.
That Anne's here. What you want to ask Anne a question or me a question?
No, when you cut my balls off?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
code for me biting into your cream eggs. Code for biting
I'm gonna
into cream eggs.
Yeah, but that's what Paris is gonna get done, you see, so I can have the procedure then. When you cut my balls off, I can go ahead with the procedure Paris is having. I'm having a sex change, yeah? Remember we discussed that?
Or are you implying Paris is getting castrated because of his sexual urges? I think it's a bit too taboo for the Matt Taylor TV show, Frankie.
Well, about people living on barges, they do have a reputation.
Well, I'm very angry that Paris is calling me a paedophile, quite frankly.
Well, didn't Munker call you that as well?
Yeah, and Dan called you. Yes, he did as well. And I'm going to you everyone who's called me that.
And Bex, I was wondering if you can confirm. She obviously doesn't agree with Dan, because you remember the last time he spoke to you, he called you a paedophile.
Yeah,
hoping that she'll stick up for you.
It's disgraceful because Dan still hasn't retracted his
no.
In the trenches with Harry and Paddy.
That's been forgotten. It's been forgotten when he came on live. Do you remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm just wondering about Babs. Is she a bit jealous of me, maybe, that I make better sandwiches than you? Is that what this is about?
You're talking about, certain names must not be mentioned. So
I think it all comes down to sandwiches. I think this is all about sandwiches at the end of the day. Who makes the best sandwiches? That's what this is all about.
Well, I found it interesting. Emily made she was in the chat yesterday. She said she made this comment that you wanted me all for myself, and I found it quite a childish, immature comment, because I'm in a relationship. I've got a number one friend, and I'm a father, so that I've got closer relationships than with you. That's the point I wanted to get across. It was like, no matter how much you wanted to be my friend or get to know me better, you were never able to cross a line of taking up too much time of my time. I choose who I give my time to. Yeah,
joking aside, joking aside, I think you brought up that's pretty much what it's about ultimately, is that you've had this great channel for years. I suddenly appear from nowhere, and people get a little bit upset that maybe I'm taking up too much of the show, and that's fair enough. That's people's opinion.
Well, while we're on the subject, you touched upon it when you were trying to take credit for getting the views up with the Nikki Lee and Brian Harvey chat. I mean,
Yeah.
you were going somewhere else. I didn't even understand what you're on about. It's like, fucking hell, what a weirdo.
Nor did I.
Yeah, because
Most-
you felt as if,
most of the
like, and
time.
it was the grobknob as well. A lot of people is forgetting what a wanker grobknob is as well, and all through this. I think
he's
you and
great.
Grobknob were interrupting the show.
I think Brindle's brilliant. I think him and Katie have
he's
got
a horrible,
definitely chemistry.
horrible person.
No, but did you not know that I've been sent in by Brindle? That he's my handler. He handles me.
Well, listen, you know, I think if you got any confession, make it here, because
I am. I'm
Babs,
confessing it
I
now.
know she hates me saying her name, but she is a #1 researcher. She's calling you out,
Yeah.
and so is Lenny. And Lenny's a mate of mine. Lenny, I just want to read out what Lenny says. Matt, your channel's success was built on you saying the unsayable, son.
Yeah.
Evil didn't make a name playing it safe, son. You see?
No, but joking aside for a minute, I think that's what it's about, Matt, is that people got a little bit upset that I was taking up too much time, which is fair enough.
Well,
So
listen,
I think it's
Maurice
better
says
now
you
the way it
upset
is.
a lot of Matt loyal viewers, Justin. That's what.
Yeah.
But no doubt you can see all this yourself, can you?
Yeah, I've learnt a lesson there, which is that you are, because you're a media celebrity, you can't be touched by human hand. I've learnt that. Is it because you are above us, because you are celebrity status? It really, it's beyond the cheek, really, for someone like me to turn up.
That's what motivates people like yourself. And I'm sorry to plug you in with Helen, and it's all
Yeah.
of all of us included, but because of the nature of YouTube, you can have a bit of our celebrity by jumping in with us. And so
Do you remember how starstruck I was though when I came into your home?
I did remember. Yeah, you were kind of
I was
pretty
shaking, wasn't I?
around the room saying, "Wow, this is where I've seen this on screen, and this is where
I
you."
was quivering, wasn't I? I was shaking with nervous energy and excitement. I actually wet myself. Do you remember I wet myself? And I had to sort of damp myself down a bit and change my trousers. I was that excited.
I did notice that as well. Listen,
Yeah.
I don't want any apologies from anyone, Cat's
No.
Whiskers. You know, it's just
No,
like
no apologies needed. No apologies
under
needed.
the bridge. But I'll always remember what Dan said. He'd rather go in the trenches with Harry. You know, there's some things you cannot take back. And,
Well, I think Dan needs to retract calling you a paedophile. I think that's only fair.
look,
And then we can move on.
I don't give a flying fuck. But if you want to say that to my face, just come in and say it. If you generally think I'm a paedophile, take the effort, come and say it to my face, and then you'll
Tony
see
hasn't.
what my response will be.
Tony hasn't turned up yet, has he? To say it to your face. But I just want to say to
hang on a sec. Touching on what Cat's Whiskers is saying about Dan, I didn't understand why Dan got so invested, because you know, the true identity behind Limu, and of course that needs to have a conversation. You need to have a conversation because that was the reason why you snitched, because of Dan's on your back calling you Limu.
Can I make another confession? I have a bit of a crush on Limu after seeing the way she looks in that fake fur coat and that makeup. I must say, for an older woman.
I really think you should save this kind of conversation for Mad Frogs or something else.
Yeah.
I don't like where you're going with this.
Sorry, I was just getting a bit carried away there.
Yeah, I
think
you were.
She's a cougar.
Mushroom away and keep your hand somewhere fucking away from that area.
She's a cougar who makes great sandwiches. We'll leave it at that.
Listen, we've got to move on. We're into the second hour.
I just thought I'd come out of my cave and say hello again.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
I haven't
had my break yet. We need to go back, finish having my break. I interrupted my break because I thought Abs was going to come in, but she hasn't.
I'm looking forward to Lenny coming on live. So see you later.
Okay, see you later. That's ever so kind of Convid. Come on. Convid has pretty much like ridiculed any suggestion that he is operating sock puppet accounts under my name and that he was responsible for the teenage in the woods allegations. So listen, call in. Someone's got to call in. Until that time, I'm just going to go back to my break, okay? I'll keep my microphone on because I don't want to. Because I'll only forget not to put it back on if I turn it off. If you know what I mean. So listen, I'm just going to have a bit more of my break. I am here. I'm listening. As soon as someone calls. So listen, I'm open up to the floor, really. I mean, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Convert has been sent in? And my #1 researcher says he was behind the kids in the wood allegation. I got Lenny saying he's behind sock puppet accounts. So what do you think? You know, do you think he is an infiltrator? I mean, whistleblower or snitch? Marie says whistleblower. I respect him for that. You know, I respect Captain Justice. You know, to the rescue. He spilt the beans. He spilt my secret, which I was keeping on behalf of one of you, a dear viewer. Because ultimately, I do keep your secrets. You know, it isn't the only person's secret. I keep. Marie says, no, just a wind-up merchant. Yeah, that's how I feel about it myself. But I have to be aware, Mandy, sorry. I have to be aware of what close confidants are advising me. You know what I mean? But I'm also got to be aware that other people don't know what they're talking about. And I'm saying that in the nicest possible way. But I have to be open to the possibility of anything and everything. And there are rumours circulating. And you have to be aware of these rumours. Okay, I'll retract convert is behind the doppelganger conspiracy as I require the burden of proof. Hands up. Thanks ever so much, Lenny. I really appreciate that manhood, your honesty, and you know, your fibre, because I think that took a lot to say that. Okay, Lenny says, I'll retract convert is behind the doppelganger conspiracy as I require the burden of proof. Hands up. Love it. Well, I was definitely talking to someone who was pretending to you. Oh, you're actually talking to them. Would you be willing to share that conversation, Lenny? I mean, how do you feel about that? Because I think it would be interesting, wouldn't it? So you're in the same person who has been contacting Billy and Kelly. So to hear that, everyone, Lenny has been in contact with someone pretending to be me. You know, it's just shocking, isn't it? It's shocking. And that's one of you lot. You know, that's one of you. You could even be watching. You know, you are mentally ill. You know that. Not talking audio, exchanging messages. Yeah. He is JP's son after all. All purple face crying. Oh, right, okay, interesting. Not audio, no. Oh no, he doesn't leave his voice, Lenny. Lenny, I've been in contact with this guy as well. He doesn't leave his voice. You've been in contact with a fake Matt Taylor Facebook account, haven't you? Yeah, I know. I know. I know, Lenny. I know all about it, bud. I know all about it, bud. Methinks it's time for another promotional video. The invasion of the space octopuses. You're gonna love this. I should have it here. Oh, let's play this one first. Like this. Let's play this. They were definitely using dialogue. Only you'd say, Matt. Oh, really? So they're being very clever, aren't they? Yeah, they're being clever. Thanks for this. Thanks for this, Lenny. I appreciate you telling me all this. Oh, it's just so criminal, quite frankly. I'd love to make a kind of like a B horror movie, space octopuses, and this actually ties into something. Do you know when I was looking into, when I was watching all that footage of the space station, I did catch something in the upper atmosphere, and it did have legs and a central gut. I think there are such things as, be it space spiders or octopuses, there is a creature, and it could well be a space octopus. And I even think I've found the skeleton of some of these space octopuses on asteroids. I know it's crazy. I know. I come across as crazy, but it's true. Sinister forces in Sussex for sure make Twin Peaks look normal, especially here in Lewis, my favourite football team. The ladies lost last night, sadly, 1-0. You sway what I say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. Be right on in Brighton. Linda Lusadi and Bo Derek. Linda Lusadi. Bo Derek. Oh man, Bo Derek. And it was because of the likes of Bo Derek, Linda Lusadi, that I made a promise to myself. I said, Matt, always go after the best looking women. Don't mate with any other less than 10 out of 10. And I stuck to that promise. It was a promise I made to myself. And of course, you know, I haven't had as many sexual partners as all my mates, but my mates have been with some pretty, I don't want to say anything bad against women, because I see beauty in every woman. Okay? But after seeing my friends, seeing what they went with, I lost all respect. And I remember when I first, entered the world of adulthood, making that promise as a late teenager. I will only make love to the most beautiful women in the world. And I've stuck to that. Linda Lusardi and Bo Derek. Yeah, Dudley Moore knew what he was doing. Absolutely, man. If there was one man I wanted to be when I was growing up as a teenager, that would be Dudley Moore. Lenny, you love it. I love you. You should call him, mate. We'll have a great laugh, you and me chatting. Yeah, I do enjoy making love to a beautiful woman. God, the curves of a beautiful woman, they are heavenly, quite frankly. Heavenly, I say. Heavenly. And as a fat, middle-aged man, I am blessed to have a beautiful and sexy, magical and imaginary girlfriend. Matt, we here on this earth to play the lotto and eat Big Macs and procreate, surely. Yeah, and have a good time and make silly videos. Go live on YouTube. Hey, listen, great event. Great event. Loving it. Great having Andrew Goyne jumping in, saying hi. You cannot say Andrew Goyne is shy. Oh, no. And hopefully give Andrew Goyne a couple of hours. You don't need days. You do not need days. A couple of hours practice on Restream. As soon as you know what you're doing, as soon as you tested everything, as soon as you've looked at everything, you just go live. Start stream. That's the word. Start stream. And you're off. Make sure all your settings are right. You're all connected. Loving it. Oh, love it. So, ever so much, everyone. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me today. We're coming up to 2 hours, to 20 minutes away from 2 hours. We will wrap it up at the 2 hour mark. We will wrap it up at the 2 hour mark. Thanks for Justin for coming in and saying hi. And of course, a big shout out to everyone in the chat room. Lenny, Mandy, and Andrew Boyne. It's great having you in here. And of course, we had some, I mentioned Mandy. We had somebody else, didn't we? Yes, we always have someone. It's good to have everyone. It's good to have everyone. If you haven't done so already, check out Guerrilla Democracy News, Taylor's News Online, and MattTaylor.wordpress.com. You know, you never know. It may be something that you'll enjoy. My vision for Brighton in the 22nd century. Crazy news. Oh yeah, we checked out Taylor Brighton yesterday, didn't we? We got a chat. We got a message in the chat by Lenny. 10cc had a song called Mandy Fly Me. Barry Manilow too. Yeah, okay. Mandy, yeah. I've got a cousin called Mandy. One of my best cousins. Yeah. I grew up with a lot of female cousins. So I'm very familiar of being around older women, older ladies. Because I've been around old ladies all my life. Now, older ladies. Anyway, this has been fun, hasn't it? This has been fun. Yes. Sad about the baby that died. It's all over the news. Wrongings in the world. So sad, wasn't it? And of course, making the point here that wrongings come from all structures of society, all classes of life. So if you think these royalties are quite nice people, think again. And again, it's happened in my neighbourhood. It adds to the reputation of my neighbourhood. That body was dumped around the corner from me. Yeah, it's scary stuff. In the same wild woods as the babes in the wood. You know what I mean? Very sad, very dark, sinister place I live. My neighbourhood. Very scary. I'm so glad my kids don't live in this neighbourhood anymore. Put it that way. What with what I hear, what goes on in the woods around here. All kinds of fucking weird shit going on around here, mate. You don't know what you find if you go for a walk in the woods nowadays. Scary shit, I tell ya. I'll show you my YouTube feed. Yeah, I know. So Lenny says, Matt, my mate visited a Turkish barber. He took away his nasal hair. But don't we need that to keep pollutants away? Men have never been so vain than now. Yeah, it's that feminization of women, isn't it? Yeah, we do need nasal hair to keep the pollutants away. Quite right, Lenny. Men are far too vain. But should men keep their ball hair trimmed? Just putting that out there. Yeah. Anyway, everyone. Sorry, I got stoned out there for a moment. I do apologise. But having to talk for 2 hours is a challenge. No one's coming in today. A bit humiliating. Hey, call in to Matt Taylor's live chat. And no one calls in. It's okay. It's okay. I can take the rejection. I can take the humiliation. Can you take the rejection? Can you take the humiliation? Because that's what you need to take if you want to be a YouTuber. It's a challenge for everyone, you know. But my advice is to jump in with both feet. You'll love it. You'll love it. Give it a go. So we're coming up to 2 hours. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes, everyone. Thanks for everyone for joining me. There's not really much going on out in YouTube land at the moment. No, it's a quiet day, which is good. I know someone is often quick to say the weirdos come out at night. The weirdos come out at night. Yes. Matt, come on. You used to be in active politics. This must be a doddle to you, son. Yeah, it is. It is, Lenny. I mean, a long time ago when I found out whether, and that moment of truth came, could I stand up in front of a room of 100 people and you know, and live it and give that moment and say my speech, say my piece? And the answer is yes. That moment of truth, I met my moment of truth and I embraced it. And I made love to that moment of truth and I enjoyed every single moment. So yeah, you're right. You're right, Lenny. I do quite feign. I do feign stuff. Because I'm the Lion King. It's all a facade. It's a facade. Deep down, I am strong as fuck. I'm the mightiest of the mighty. All this comes like a cup of tea to me. It's second nature. I love it, quite frankly. It's only you motherfucking snowflakes who can't handle it. And of course, who do you run off to when you can't handle things? Sussex police. Because who's the only people who can get the one over on me? The police are. Because you can't get one over on me. Can't you? No, you can't. So you have to go to the big boys. You go to the big boys with a big sob story and say, Matthew Taylor is upsetting me. Anyway, don't get me started. We should always try to challenge the Khan in our heads. Feel the fear and never die wondering. Yes. Do you know, I'm going to include this in my parenting guide according to Matt Taylor. I do love the sound of my own name. I have banned the word can't from my vocabulary. In fact, I used to tell the kids the only swear word is can't. And so they've even been, their vocabulary has been influenced. Let's put it that way. They sometimes catch themselves and say, I won't do that because of the following reason. You know, I can't do that. No such word as can't. Can't means won't. And won't means jail. That was the mantra we had in the British Army. And, you know, I still haven't heard any apology from Grobnob, that fucking weirdo that the snitch is best mates with. He hasn't said sorry for me for saying I didn't pass phase 2 training, did he? No. Stealing my valor. We're not going to hear an apology from that fucking little loser. Just saying. You know, because I have been wronged. And if you don't think I have been wronged, you're the one who fucking wronged me. And you just can't admit to it, can you? I'm glad we've only got 10 minutes. Thank God for that. But listen, I hope you're happy, Lenny. I hope you've had your Matt Taylor fix for the day. I've done it for you, Lenny. I was just going to put a 3-hour repeat on. I may even put the 3-hour repeat on next. On at 12 o'clock, I think. Yeah. I'm going to put the repeat on yesterday. Let's sort that out now, shall we? So all we basically do, I won't show you on the screen, but you go to your studio. I've got the repeat. We'll set it for schedule 2nd of March. We'll do it at 12 o'clock. So listen, we've got, you know, the entertainment doesn't stop here. I've set something up for 12 o'clock. We've got another 3 hours of chat room time. Okay, we're going to do a repeat from last night. So 42 minutes. Let me just show you this on the screen. We're going to be live with Snake TV repeat from last night. That's going to be starting at 12 o'clock today. So in 41 minutes, this is a repeat. This is a repeat. Good advice from Lenny here. We should always try to challenge the can't in our heads. Feel the fear and never die wondering. Yes. You've got to go things. You've got to go for it in life. Have to go for it. But you have to believe that you're going to achieve it. I'm not for this. Give it a go. Give it a try. See how well you'll do. No. You have to have that mindset that if you're going to set out on a challenge or a mission, you have to know that you are well prepared enough to complete that mission. So you've got choices. Either prepare yourself at the start of the mission to complete the mission, or if you've looked at your preparation and you know you cannot complete the mission, don't attempt it. Do not. That's my advice, which I've lived by, and my advice I give to my children. Do not attempt challenges in which there is a chance of failure. Quite frankly, a chance of failure, yeah. If you feel as if something may happen along this journey that will prevent me from accomplishing the mission, do not attempt it. Only attempt the missions you know you're going to finish. Only start the jobs you know you're going to finish. That's my advice. And that's why my children catch themselves. Because they know they can do things if they put their mind to it, if they prepare enough for it. You can do anything. There is nothing you cannot do. The only reason you don't do something is because you won't do it. And that's good as well. You won't do it because you haven't got the energy to do it. You haven't got the resources to do it. You haven't got the inclination to do it. You haven't got the desire to do something. Just be honest with yourself. Don't try and do things. You either do or die. You do it or you don't. And there's no shame in not doing it. But what you wankers have done has sabotaged me. And you know you've sabotaged me. And everyone else knows it because you've seen it. Over to Lenny, who says, Matt, I've seen folks thrown their potential away doing insane stuff. People are Barney, yeah. And the truth is very, very, very strange. Stranger than you could ever imagine. Anyway, we're coming up to the last 5 minutes, everyone. I hope you've all enjoyed this crazy 2 hours event on Matt Taylor TV. I'm your host, Matt Taylor, broadcasting live from Brighton. Be right on in Brighton. Look, if you've enjoyed what I've done today and you feel like doing it yourself, do it. I cannot recommend it highly enough. I know Andrew Goyne, fantastic YouTuber in her own right. She came on into the chat room earlier on, asked me what software I use. I use Restream, so hopefully we'll be seeing Andrew Goyne do some stuff. Let's just make sure I am subscribed to Andrew Goyne. But sometimes I'm subscribed, but then I lose the subscription when I lose the channel. I haven't subscribed to her, so there we go. I will subscribe. We can all see that. Andrew Goyne. We all know how to find Andrew Goyne. And the subscription button has been smashed. That's going to be fun. Andrew Goyne is going to test out Restream, and so we should be looking at some really snazzy effects from Andrew Goyne. I know Andrew Goyne, just in her public appearance, is a creative lady. So you can see she enjoys the colours, she enjoys the dazzles and the glitter. I'm looking forward to what Andrew Boyne comes up with on Restream. I've hit her subscription button, and I suggest you do too. Because you never know when I go live. I go live when you least expect it. That's all the more reason to hit the notification button. You don't want to miss this cutting edge entertainment. You won't get anywhere else, and all that jazz. Listen, you can download a Matt Taylor Tales, a collection of 20 true life stories, free of charge from lulu.com. This is a Snake TV disclaimer. I know no one came on today, but I'm not responsible or liable or necessarily agree or disagree with what's been said by myself. And that includes me. You know, I'm not responsible, or will I be held liable for anything I say in a public domain? Matt, are you going live later on? Yes, I most probably will, Lenny. This is going to be my last evening. I've got my friends, put it that way, my friends are out. So I've got the house to myself tonight. So yeah, I can make as much noise as I want. And so, Lenny, I definitely will be going live. Starting at 12 o'clock. We're going to have a repeat from last night. So that's nearly 3 hours of chat room. There's going to be 3 hours of chat room open, starting at 12. And like Lenny says, I will be live later on because this is my last night in Brighton. It may be the last night alive. I think that should be my title. My last night alive. I could be dead. Anything could happen. I'm just grateful for the here and now, and I'm grateful for the event we've just lived through for over the last 2 hours. Okay, I cannot thank you enough. We are coming up to 2 hours. We're going to finish off with 29 seconds of outro, and then we're going to hit the end stream button, and that'll be it for today's live. Like I said, we've got a repeat from last night, Snake TV live, repeat starting at 12. That's nearly 3 hours of open chat room. If you haven't done so already, jump on in. We'll all have a chat. Thanks for everyone who jumped in today. You know who you are. Roll call another time. But this has been dedicated to Lenny. I'll be going live after 6. After 6, between 6 and 7, or what time's best for you? Listen, everyone, last 30 seconds. I cannot say any more. We'll have a minute outro. So everyone can say their goodbyes. I just want to say thank you. Remember, King Arthur loves you and all that jazz. Thanks ever so much for Lenny. Thanks for everyone else for jumping in, saying hi. Big shout out to Andrew Boyne. Until the next time, love you all and goodbye.